Be careful who you throw away to keep the peace, because the stone you rejected might just become the diamond you can no longer afford. The Okeke compound was grand, wealthy, and admired by all in the city. But inside, the silence was not peaceful. It was a loaded gun waiting to fire. Adanna was a top architect, a woman who commanded million-dollar projects. But in this house, she was just a frightened child, begging for a crumb of love. For 6 months, she had fought a war she couldn't win against Mama Obi. She took yam to cut. Is this how you slice the yam? Too thick. My son, Kelechi, is a king. He does not eat peasant food. Adanna wanted to scream, to remind this woman of her worth. But her love for Kelechi forced her to bow. I'm sorry, Mama. I will do it again. She wasn't just fighting for acceptance. She was fighting for the man in the doorway. Kelechi saw the torture. He saw the pain. He was the prize, but his silence was the weapon injuring Adanna the most. He was losing her not to another woman, but to the ghost of his mother's expectations. Her heart was broken. Every meal was a battlefield, and peace was nowhere to be found. The silence in the Okeke compound was heavy, suffocating, and waiting to shatter. The breaking point arrived on a stormy Tuesday evening. Adanna had returned early with a peace offering, rare, expensive lace from Switzerland, a desperate prayer in fabric form. But you cannot buy a heart of stone. Do you think you can buy my son's heritage? You are too modern. A woman who builds houses cannot build a home. You are a threat to this family. Choose, my son, the stranger or the mother who bled for you. This was the moment of force, the epic tragedy of choice. He loved her. God, he loved her. But the guilt was a chain he couldn't break. Adanna, I cannot abandon her. She is my mother. Adanna stood frozen. She didn't cry. She felt a piece of her soul wither and die. She wasn't losing him because she wasn't enough, but because he wasn't strong enough. I understand. She took only what she came with, her dignity. Kelechi reaches out, a hand raised to stop her, then pulls it back. She walked out into the rain, leaving the man she adored. She didn't look back, but her heart screamed in agony. 3 months later, the house was filled with the brittle, hollow laughter of deception. Mama Obi had found the perfect replacement, Nneka. Quiet, submissive and village-raised. Mama Obi walked around the village like a peacock, telling the villagers about her newly found daughter-in-law. Kelechi, however, was a ghost. He only married Nneka out of duty. But the moment the rings were exchanged, the mask fell. The first morning, Mama Obi woke up to find no breakfast. She found Nneka eating a full meal, legs crossed on the table like she owned the place. Where is my food? Nneka laughed, a cold, terrifying sound. Old woman, the servitude ended at the altar. If you want to eat, cook. This is my house now. The horror was absolute. She had traded a diamond for a painted stone. The following year was a descent into hell. She brought her dissolute brothers to turn the sanctuary into a den of chaos. They drained Kelechi's accounts and sold Mama Obi's jewelry. Mama Obi was now forced to wash Nneka's clothes. While Nneka watched TV, Kelechi stayed late at work to avoid the nightmare. One night, he found his mother weeping over a burnt pot of rice, the very same spot where she had tormented Adanna. I was wrong, Kelechi, I was wrong. Adanna, she was the blessing I threw away. The realization hit them with the force of a physical blow. They had sacrificed a woman who loved them for a woman who used them. We must find her. We have to beg her. Maybe it's not too late. They found Adanna at a gala in the city. She was radiant, receiving an award for Architect of the Year. They looked disheveled and desperate. The crowd parted. Mama Obi fell to her knees, weeping, begging for forgiveness, promising to be the mother-in-law Adanna always wanted. Adanna, please, come home. We made a mistake. For a moment, the old pain flickered. But then, she stepped back. I'm not coming back. I realized I was trying to plant flowers in a graveyard. You forced me to choose myself, and that was the greatest gift you could have given me. Love is not just a feeling, it is a spine. You broke yours to please her. I cannot build a future with a man who needs permission to be a husband. I found peace. I found a home where I don't have to audition to be loved. She walked away, leaving them in the ruins of their own making. The lesson was etched into their souls. You cannot learn the value of a gem by throwing it into the mud. You only learn the depth of your own foolishness. Adanna had won the only war that mattered, the war for her own worth. If you enjoyed the story, please subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.